Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Survivor True Fans Unite, otherwise known as STFU. And tonight we'll be talking about episode 8, which is titled A Rift Between All of Us. My name is Jay, and of the whole crew here, and there's not a rift between all of us, but maybe between a couple or few. So we'll see what happens tonight. All right, let's say hi to everyone. Let's start with Shane. Shane, how you doing tonight?
Bonjour.
Oh,
I'm good.
feeling a little French. Nice. Next we have Tone. Tone, how you doing?
Good. Let's go. Next.
Andre, how are you?
Good evening.
Yes, nice to have you back. And Bobby.
How do you do?
All right. Coach Mitch.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It is Monday. Sorry, everyone. We are a day later than usual, but schedules didn't line up, and we wanted to make sure we had a good showing tonight. Let's talk about the episode. The headline is Chrissy is gone. She went out swinging at Tribal Council, but it was a unanimous vote. Everyone against her, and she couldn't sway any other people's minds about the large alliance, the strong alliance, and trying to get them out. Everyone wants to just still play it safe, apparently. Let's get some thoughts on this. Let's start with Andre, since you weren't here last week. Andre, what are your thoughts on this Chrissy vote out?
I was a little sad. The first time I picked the old lady to go all the way to the end, and of course she failed me. Thought she was being a little aggressive, but I thought this would have been the best old lady. She's strong, she's smart, she's old. She had the trifecta, but she was too outspoken, I think, for this season. And I think Dave said it best. Like every other season would have been fine, but not this season. So I feel bad for her. I don't know if she would have been voted out though, but she kept talking. Who knows?
Yeah, good point. Any other season, she might have been the old lady that makes it to the end that everyone just takes with them, but not this season. Let's go to Bob next. Your thoughts on Chrissy getting voted out, Bob?
She it was safe for the big alliance, I think. Someone not in their group, and I mean, she sounded a little bit too vocal, maybe whiny at the end, but I think that's just the pressure and the nervousness of having your name on the chopping block, or when the game starts to not go your way, just like Kyle showed. He was normally calm and collected, but as soon as something starts to swing against you, you get a little bit jittery.
Coach Mitch, anything to add? Anything else that Chrissy did wrong to get her voted out, or was just everything against her?
Well, she started with the last week's tribal council, right? And she made it very, very obvious to everyone that we need to get the strong players out. And unfortunately, for her this season, all the strong players are team united, and they have a few people to vote with them for now. So they can. She kept on making it really, really obvious, which made her a really, really obvious to vote.
Yeah, totally agree. One thing that was brought up by Eva, actually, is that she overheard Chrissy saying in the split groups that if they were smart, they would vote Shaheen out. And I don't think she said that directly to Eva, but Eva overheard that and told everyone in the Strong Alliance what she said, and a huge strike against her for saying that loud enough for people she may not want to have heard that to hear it. So another mistake she made. Any other thoughts on Chris getting voted out by either Shane or Tone? No, we pretty much said it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So
I would say the numbers, the options for this main alliance are getting fewer and fewer since they keep picking up more members. Mary's now David's +1, so yeah. Chrissy was one of the few, like Chrissy, Mitch, and I don't know, and I guess Camilla if it was up to most of them. But
Yeah, so let's talk about the tribe dynamics and how everyone else is playing. Let's start first with the STFU power rankings. Starting from the top, we have Eva at 4.5. I'm sure finding in a reward probably helped that out. And then we have Joe next at 4.08, her partner. And then we have Mary and David at 3.5 and 3.42, another pair high up. Then we have Shoheen and Star as the next couple. And then on the bottom half, we have Camilla at 3, Mitch at 2.83, and Kyle at 2.75, the lowest. It's funny because the week before, Kyle and Camilla were the highest at 4.83 each, and now they are at the bottom. Let's talk about that. Shane, let's start with you.
Well, I had Camilla low just because now she is being targeted by David and I guess Mary and whoever wants to jump on them. Um, and it's really no fault of her own. It's only because Shoheen said her name first when they're picking teams. So it's like, oh, so now she's looked at as, oh, maybe they're working together. Let's go after her. And Kyle, I get it. You want to fight for your guy, fight for Camilla, your number one. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's just that situation with David. He just seemed really pushy, and well, maybe because he had to, because David was being stubborn. But because of that, now, as you saw, like David's kind of onto him. Like, why is he trying to save Camilla? So I think that's where they went from having this duo that's a secret alliance, to now maybe it's coming out. It's not like confirmed like they are a duo, but now there's all these suspicions that they are together.
Yeah. Tone, what do you have to add to that?
Yeah, like I don't know why. Like last week, Kyle and Camilla were trying to take out Shoheen, and all of a sudden Shoheen was like, he picked Camilla. I don't really get it.
And
but I also,
Tone,
I
you're
also
getting
heard,
you're getting a little bit quieter. Keep it.
yeah, I'm sleeping. And then I also heard that that wasn't the first pick. I heard it was Eva. Joe picked Eva right away, and then so the order that they showed her on the show wasn't correct. But
Really?
yeah, it is bad that Kyle's kind of showing his alliance with Camilla now, so that's exposed.
Yeah, and Kyle showed what not to do. No, how not to react when people are questioning you about your loyalty, or he just reacted very wrong. That's what I thought about about Camilla, about why he wanted her to stay. I think he really should have pushed for why Chrissy should go, because it's very obvious. That was the easiest thing he could have done. That, Chrissy was going after Joe, and everyone knows it. She even said it, and he revealed that to them, and so that's all he had to really do. And I think he just fought a little too hard to try to keep Camilla when there was an easier argument to make. Andre, what are you thinking about these dynamics?
They're good. I like that. It's kind of like what we've been discussing. How once they start to have to vote each other off, how is that going to happen? I personally like Star. Like, Star had no vote, but what did she say? Got no vote and nothing but time. So she has nothing but time because she's going to be there the whole time because no one sees her as a threat. She's in the middle. She's going to coast to top 5, I bet. Top 4, probably. And she's doing well, I think. And, like, it was weird to see the whole episode just being discussed between the power people and, like, what happened to Mitch? What happened to Star and Chrissy before travel? Did they have any discussion, or was it just like, well, we'll just focus on these people? So I would have liked to know what they did that whole episode.
Mitch had a bit. He tried to rally his old tribe. Didn't work.
Yeah, that was the only thing. It's like, come on, guys. No? Okay.
I agree with Tone and Mitch though. Shoheen single-handedly blew up Camilla's game, and then I agree with you, Kyle. He showed what not to do, how not to react. I think he was in a great spot, kind of with or without Camilla at that point. As part of the majority alliance, his name had never come up. He might have even been able to just kind of let her go. I get wanting to keep her, but without his name may come up now just because of how hard he pushed.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he could have just said his piece and let it go, especially saying it to Joe, because Joe was already like, oh, she said my name. Okay, well, he was already leaning towards that anyways. But I think Christy would have cut herself once Tribal hit. But obviously Kyle
Yeah.
didn't know that, right?
Mitch?
Kyle, he panicked there to look really bad. Just want to comment on what Andres said about Star. I think that like Star may float till the end, but no one's voting for her to win it all. Like at that point, like Star is that a person you want to keep around to like hopefully to bring with you to the end. I think
She'll be a 0 vote finalist.
Yeah, I think
There's
so
nothing
too.
but time.
yeah.
She has nothing. She
Yeah,
There's
I don't see her as a
nothing-
threat, Andre, because she is not one.
nothing is right, but you're right. It might get her to the end. I mean, Chrissy wasn't wrong. Obviously, I mean they all the other people outside the alliance should be trying to do something about it, but they're not. At least Kyle, who may be at the bottom of that strong alliance, was trying to do something in keeping Camilla, but I guess he managed to do it for another week. It's just unless something changes, I mean, I think that strong alliance is going to make it all the way to the end, and they're going to take everyone else out.
I don't know
I think
about
they're going to
that.
achieve their plan.
Yeah, I know
I
about
think there's
this.
cracks.
Yeah, there's absolute tracks because Kyle wants to bring in Camilla and David's already brought in a Mary, right? And then so people are going to start getting paranoid on that. Like, hey, at some point, David has to vote off a Mary, and Kyle has to vote off Camilla, or Shoeen has to vote her off if they want to stay with the fives strong.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I mean, there's 6 of them now, but and there's how many are there left? 9 left. So they're just gonna get rid of the other 3. Mitch, maybe Star, and Camilla, maybe unless Kyle can save her.
Why
I
was
predict
Mary?
it breaks in the next episode.
Why was
You
Mary
know.
gunning for Camilla so hard?
Because she's
Because he's now that or he thought that her and Shoeim were working together.
Which
is
is
weird.
funny because didn't Camilla go David the one before or the episode before and said, "Hey, I think Shoheen has an idol."
Yeah, that's the ironic part.
Yeah, that's another argument Kyle could have been using. Like, isn't she the one pushing for Shoheen last time?
But that was a dumb reason to suspect Shoheen and Camilla, because there's lots of reasons that Shoheen could have picked Camilla. I mean, she is smart. And like what, Kyle picked Chrissy, and it's just weird. It was just such a weird
Well-
reason to go after Camilla.
It may come from Shaheen, actually. His observations are not great. So he might have even been broadcasting to other people that him and Camilla were tight. Didn't he? He was seen as, or he said in this one that he believed that he was tighter now with Kyle and Camilla after not getting voted out last week.
Yes.
They were the ones gunning for him. So, I mean, they obviously.
he's the new Cedric. doesn't know what's going on.
It's kind
Do
of
you
true.
think, like, if Shohin wouldn't have picked Camilla, that everyone would have paired off and he would have been with Camilla anyways? Because Eva and Joe would have gone together, obviously, and I feel like David and Mary, Chrissy and Mitch, Kyle wouldn't have gone. I feel like Kyle would have gone with Shohin, and they would have left Camilla and. Camilla and Shohin would have gone together because I don't know what Kyle would have done and if he would have picked somebody else instead of Camilla or Shohin. But what are your thoughts? You think that would happen? Tough to say, I know, but
I'm thinking Star would have been last pick. No?
yeah, it's true.
Mm, if she's decent at challenges, then no.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, but over Camilla?
It's
Camilla's probably seen as a puzzler, if that's the role.
That's true. Yeah, a puzzleist. I do find it funny. Another point also is that Mary reminds me of like the little voice behind like a robot in a villain movie where she'll tell the muscle to go and do something, and then the muscle will go and do it, and like so I feel like Mary's got herself in a I don't want to say good spot because I feel like everyone sees it, but she's just in the background saying like, we should do this, David, what do you think? And he'll go, yes, let's do it, David, let's do it. And then he's messing up his own like Fab Five that he could have had.
Yeah, I think David having such a strong bond with Mary and trying to pull her into and making it a 6 is a point against him because they were set with 5. Then all of a sudden,
yeah.
he wants
Right.
to pull in Mary. So I mean, he's doing what Kyle's wants to do, but a lot more visibly. So I think that's going to go against David at some point.
Well, I'm sure people are thinking, well, why do you get to pull in someone and I
Yeah.
don't? And it's not like it's now he has Mary, you know what I mean? Instead of like, yeah, now he has a duel himself. So he's kind of like helping himself.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Shohin wants to pull in Star now? Strong 7. All's fair.
Might as well at that point.
Just do it.
No, I think like Mary and David will be on the outs, just because how David, how strong headed he was with having to go with Camilla. So I think there's gonna be a crack. I don't think they're gonna start picking away at like Mitch and Star and stuff because they're gonna need them for numbers. So I don't know if David was like let's do Chrissy right after that. I thought okay maybe the 5's gonna stay intact, but because there is that rift and seeing what's gonna happen previews for the next episode, it looks like there is gonna be a rift after.
Camilla and Kyle, I think, are smart enough to not waste these extra numbers. They're going to use them now to try to vote out David, would be my prediction.
They'd have to pull in Shohin. And if they do that, I think they would have the numbers.
Are you
Did
confident about
David
that, Bob?
and Mary have any interactions before this episode?
They were on the same split swap tribe. David and
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah. But did they have any like specific interactions where it looked like they would team up?
Nothing that they showed, I don't think. This was
Yeah, that's
done
what I was wondering.
under the radar.
Yeah, they just came out of it, and they were a tight alliance. So all of a sudden, that's all we saw.
Wasn't there an episode where they had to go in duels before, and then David picked Mary, or was it for this one? Was there another one where it's like, oh, we done it, we played together before, so we might as well go again? Was it this episode? No.
Not sure.
Anyone else have thoughts on anyone remaining in this group?
I don't know. I feel like there's lots of stuff missing, but obviously they can't show everything. Like where does David just brings in Mary? Maybe he's having like milk withdrawals and can't figure out what's going on, and just says, "Hey, we're gonna make this a 6 instead of a 5." So it's weird. So, but I agree. Next episode is gonna be good. So Bob's pretty confident that he's that David's gonna go home, right? Right, Bob? So confident that he wants to bet wings.
Not that confident.
Oh,
I do enjoy how in the preview for next episode, whenever they show somebody kind of becoming the bad guy, they make sure to show them with the machete cutting something.
I hadn't noticed that. That's pretty clever.
Okay, let's talk about the immunity challenge. Okay, we talked about everyone picking their partners, and then they get to the immunity challenge, and it's split up into three stages, and 3 pairs got eliminated at the start, and then Chrissy and Kyle got eliminated second, and then it was Joe, Eva, and David and Mary at the end doing the hug a pole challenge that we talked about last week that we wouldn't want to do, except for Bob. Bob
I'm
won.
excited to hear everybody's pole jokes. Let's get this going.
I think we used them all last week.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
let
you
Shane
are
say
now.
my jokes. So go ahead, Shane. Preach on, preach.
He's the last week.
Any comments about the challenge? Any part of it?
When they were doing the 3 steps across the ropes, 3 boards, I did like Chrissy and Kyle attempted to go like on the same board together, and I thought that would have been amazing if it would have worked out. It would have been way faster than going kind of one at a time. But then I thought she may have broken something when they fell.
They took a big spill.
It's a bold strategy.
It
Well,
was working.
It would have been
though.
awesome if it worked.
It was
though.
working.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean they almost caught up. They had to do something drastic to catch up, right?
Just have somebody jump on your back and just go, and that'd be awesome.
Ooh, that'd be hard on the knees.
I'm not even gonna say anything about that, but let's go.
Well, definitely the first part of the challenge, the physical guys were at an advantage getting through that sand. I don't know if I would go like upside down because untying those boards would have been harder, but definitely got through. I don't know why you didn't see more people trying to clear out that sand. They just tried to go through it as opposed to like, hey, let's make it easier for ourselves and especially the next person behind us. They just tried to power through the mound of sand.
Yeah, I didn't agree with going upside down. Also, I think that works in the mud when you're just slipping through. But no, you have to dig through that stuff, like
Well,
you said.
especially when you have to stop and untie something. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're just going through, okay, maybe you can go upside down, but
like Kyle got caught upside down and trying to untie that bag there.
You guys think you could do that challenge?
Which one?
Which part of it?
The beginning where you go through the sand.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, I think that's.
Crawling in
I think
sand.
that's
gonna
easy
say no.
enough.
We
can handle
I,
crawling.
my belly would get stuck.
You just have to dig more.
Like I
Yeah.
wonder if it's all regulation or if they give you, this guy's a little bit bigger, so we'll put him on this one. Just thought I'd check.
Andre, you would have lost-
The nets are 30% of your pre-game girth.
Then it's perfect. See, that's what I would love to see.
You would have lost 30% of your
Girth.
That's
girth
a
by
lot.
then. So. You'd be fine.
All right, then I'm good.
Mary said, yeah, no, she was gonna. Of course, she was gonna win with her hockey legs. She used her hockey legs to win.
Eva.
Eva.
Sorry,
Eva.
Sorry,
you said
Eva.
Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Eva.
Any of you think you can beat Eva and Mary on that? I definitely couldn't.
Well, you'd be down the pole faster than a firefighter.
You just
Yes.
start on the bottom.
You're like,
Okay,
I can't
guys.
even go up.
Yeah.
So, I'd be down that pole as fast as you are on a Saturday night, Bob. It's crazy. No, but I honestly, I was like, I wonder if I could do it. And then I was like, wait, could I even make it up? No, I would just be like, nope, I'm good. But I'm curious if you guys think you
They
can make
they use ladders
Start on
to
ladders.
get up there. They start on ladders
Oh,
Okay.
that makes sense.
to get to the top. So you don't have to
I
climb
just-
up there.
I thought that they appeared up to there.
Yeah, but then it'd be like Cedric, where he like let go of that thing right away. So I wouldn't even make the cut of the ladder being taken away. I would go straight down, and then they say, sorry, he was not able to make this challenge. like, sorry guys.
Yeah, be like, we're trying to start this challenge, but Andre's ready. Can't stay up there, so he's just gonna stay down for this one.
Andre had to be medically evacuated, so no one has to vote tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't be medically. I would just be like, oh, I can't do it. Oh well.
Well, you would have broken some things falling from that.
No way.
Yeah, that's what I would be scared of. Is like being way too high and like letting go. Didn't that happen to someone where
Maybe you
they
can
fell
request
from-
a start lower.
Yeah. Somebody fell a couple seasons and go off a cliff and like hurt his arm.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a challenge.
No, it wasn't.
That was just stupidity.
But in that challenge, it was your girl Andrea, Shane, who fell from like almost the top.
Okay,
She
yeah.
fell pretty high.
Yeah,
Luckily she didn't get hurt, but
she's strong.
she didn't slide down. She just dropped from the top.
My daughter said that even Eva, when she came down, like she jumped off, it was still kind of pretty. It was pretty high.
Oh
still.
yeah,
Yeah.
She was like,
I was
"Oh, my knees and
nervous. Yeah, I was that nervous when even went down as well.
Good
Yeah.
thing she had those hockey legs.
Very true.
I'd be scared of jumping off it and like falling forward and eating the pole. I'm like,
Oh,
Bobby.
the other one.
Andre, jump on
Wow.
that.
Holy
Jump on
shit.
that, Andre. Get on that.
I had to.
Lobbing him up there.
I had to.
It's like Westbrook right now.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, so what do you guys think? Let's get Tone's thoughts on this. On the first two pairs, I said 3 pairs, but it was actually first 2 pairs that got eliminated. They went on a journey, and they had to play that game where they made Star lose by kind of ganging up on her as soon as she got that first red ball. What did you think of that, Tone?
I think it was a good way of showing strategy, but the challenge itself wasn't really good for TV. It's kind of boring to watch.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
Yeah, but the targeting start. It's good that it wasn't just a random thing, and they actually tried to target someone though. Made it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
yeah.
Anyone else's thoughts on that?
I would have liked for them to have to do something on their own, so that people wouldn't know who lost the vote or not. There would have been like a little bit of intrigue, or even like maybe somebody get an advantage, right? Like one person, I'll lose a vote, somebody gets an advantage out of the 4. I would have made it interesting.
But this is also good because you're kind of showing teaming, so you're kind of showing kind of like alliances too.
I think a good thing for it, like to touch on Mitch's point, would have been good to do that at the end and being like, okay, you can choose to continue playing to gain an advantage, and then like try to find a way where they would force them to choose to continue playing to gain an advantage, or end it there.
Oh, that would have been interesting if they kept going.
I had like the person that win get an advantage.
Yeah, 100%.
That wouldn't have been bad.
Like two advantages, like the top 2 people would get one, and the one eliminated would lose their vote, but they'd all have to agree or something, right?
2
So it's just
advantages, you're pushing it.
I originally thought that was going to happen because I was really paying attention to the rules, but then after Star was out, like it just ended. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could pick 2 balls up at a time, right? At any point.
1 or 2.
Yeah, so there was a point where Star got the red one, and she just picked one.
Yeah.
It's the red one. And I was like, you should pick both, because then it would have forced the next person to either grab one, and then, like, it would have... I kept saying, just grab two instead of just the one.
I don't know if that. I think if you're, I'm not sure what the rules were, but maybe if you get stuck with the red one, then that's all you get.
I mean, I think you could probably still take two. It's just the other red one was probably still far away. So
It was red, white, white, red.
Yeah, I agree with Andre. There was one point where
oh,
she could have forced the person behind her to get a red. but she
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, because it was red, white, red, and she
Yeah.
could have definitely picked up the red, given herself. She's going to take it anyways, but take the white. But also, I think Star wasn't aiming at anyone, so she just knew she wasn't going to get it. So I don't think she really cared or even thought it through at the time.
She has all the time in the world, man. That's why.
But I actually liked that challenge because it was different, and there was a little bit more strategy to it instead of like luck. I think it would have been different. Imagine if 4 out of the 5, the group of 5, were there, and then now it's like, is there teaming up? Is it just a free for all?
oh,
Right? Because like Star was like the easy one because she wasn't. I don't know, it's Star. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, yeah, let's make sure Star doesn't get it. But
right.
I agree with Ant. It is boring for TV though.
Yeah, but you have a point there. It would have been way more dramatic if the Alliance was there. It was 4 people from the Alliance there and try to
Mhm.
drive some more cracks. Make some
or
cracks
just
bigger.
2 duels there,
But
or people in alliances were there.
Yeah.
yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of times where the show was trying to create drama, like with the swap and split groups, there was just none. It did just happen that the right people weren't there to create that drama.
Well, the strong alliance is a strong alliance, so that's why they didn't end up at the bottom. So they weren't going to show
Exactly.
up there.
And this is
And
what
that was an entirely physical challenge too. There was no puzzles involved.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this
I
is
did
what.
listen.
Go ahead, Tone.
No, I did listen to another podcast where Mitch could have eliminated Star, but he just picked one ball, so it would fall on Camilla to take her up.
But I did complain about this in the pool results that this whole challenge and what happened afterwards just made the rich richer and the poor poorer, or the strong stronger and the weak weaker, because like all the strong people won. They got to go on rewards. They got to eat, make themselves even stronger, and even one of them got a clue to an advantage. And the people who weren't as good at the challenge they went off, and one of them had their vote taken away. So, and they didn't get a chance really to talk and strategize with each other either. So, it didn't help. It didn't work out for sure for anyone except for the strong alliance. So I didn't really like it in the way that all rolled out.
Yeah. They didn't have to give even an advantage there, because
For
it
sure.
was like planted right in front of her, and yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone needs an advantage, it's the people at the bottom,
Yes.
not the people who are winning the challenges, right?
They got to win then.
Yeah,
Good things don't come to losers.
I second that.
Oh, yeah. That's true too.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the only drama it caused was the whole Camila thing, is the picking. If they did random draws, like that wouldn't even be an issue.
yeah.
Kind of miss Say, because she would have caused some drama.
Bring Charity back.
Yeah, exactly right. Right. Let's play what would the TFU crew do game. And for this episode, let's do what the players were doing on the island. They're asking each other, what's the largest animal you could take in a fight? And Joe's answer was a tired gorilla.
Retired.
Oh, a retired gorilla. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing. Where he was,
Careful
retarded.
there. Careful there.
Each retarded gorilla.
Retire.
I was waiting for Hans. He's there. There he is. He's
And we're off the
awake. He's awake.
We're getting canceled.
It's been good.
It was fun, guys.
Yeah, he was gonna get in there, hit the grill, and get out before the grill knew what happened.
No, he was gonna DDT it.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And then he changed it to a fat ass pig, one you pet at a pet farm. And then Kyle said he think he could take a hyena, and someone said maybe it could bite off his wart.
That's a good one though. Hyena's good. Like,
He's not taking a hyena.
I don't know.
I don't know. So I'll go first here. I'll let you guys think a little bit about your answers. The largest animal I think I could take would be an aardvark. Right? Those are pretty big. An anteater?
Isn't that just like a misshaped turtle?
Those are
Yeah, man.
those are decently big. I mean, I was gonna say raccoon first, but I think an aardvark's bigger, so I'm going with aardvark. You guys googling pictures of aardvarks now? I think they're decently big.
Yep.
They're the size of a medium-sized dog.
Anywhere
I've seen.
from 40 to 60 kilograms.
See? There you go. And I mean, the thing, I guess I could try to whip its tongue at me or something, but it's not really scared of that. I was
That's
Grab it
another
by its-
alley-oop, Jay.
grabbed by its snout and like swinging it around and stuff.
Did you spend the most of your work day looking up animals? Della,
those are the
thinking
only
about
two.
this question.
So you
Check his
picked,
Google
you picked
search.
an animal that's antisocial and has really poor eyesight, has limited eyesight, so they couldn't see you coming.
See? Hey,
So you literally
Perfect.
picked
question
a
one,
disabled-
what's the largest
disabled-
animal
Wow.
you think you could take? And
Wow.
that's a very decent sized animal that I did,
Okay, fair enough.
and I know it wouldn't be trying to, rip me apart.
Because he couldn't
So-
see you.
That was the question. That is the question.
That's awesome. I love it.
Okay. Who are we going to? Let's go to Coach Mitch.
Oh man, like, would we be battling them in nature or in some sort of arena?
Like, it
You
would
pick.
matter.
You pick.
It's not a Pokemon battle.
Well, I'm just wondering because I could probably, if I got a hold of like a rabbit, absolutely a rabbit, but I'd never catch a rabbit. I'd probably say like a beat, probably like a medium-sized dog, but I don't want to beat up a dog because I love dogs, right? Yeah, but
What
yeah.
if it's a mean dog?
Wait,
yeah.
is this fight to the death? You just gotta pin it for 3 seconds.
Yeah, am I trying to kill it?
Just win.
Well, how do you
So-
win?
I
Yeah,
would
it's that.
have to kill
No,
to win. No.
no, just subdue it. Okay, how about subduing it?
Oh, so I'd have to get
Just
into a
knock it out. Knock it out.
chokehold. Yeah, okay. I
Knock
can
it out
get
or
a
a
dog
chokehold,
into it.
sure.
chokehold probably. So a medium-sized dog, I would say.
Okay. That's Coach Mitch's answer. Let's go with Shane next.
Me next.
Let's go next. Go ahead.
Okay, a lion. Next.
Shut up! Oh, you lying. You're lying.
Say that.
You're lying.
Yeah,
It's
you have.
It's after
Is it a
10. I'm trying to keep it short.
He's off.
It's after
He's
10.
offline.
Okay.
It's after 10. I'm trying to keep it short. Next person. Next person.
Okay.
Okay. You.
Okay.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Just take some timber.
Okay,
Mufasa.
Shane. What about you?
I would try to go for something like a small something. At first I was thinking like a coyote, something small. But I might have to go smaller, kind of like Jay's method, like a possum, something that doesn't have a big bite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of, but I don't want to go too small like a rat because they're scary. So I probably have to go with a possum.
Okay. Good answer. Yeah, you don't want to go too small because You're right. They could like run up your leg or something and in your pants.
Ooh, how about a panda?
Or sure.
Would they fight back?
Oh no, pandas.
Ooh, panda
Oh.
is
Not
Yeah.
a
Why
kung fu
would you want to
panda.
hurt a panda though?
A sloth.
They can
Kung
be
fu
mean.
panda.
sloth.
Oh man.
I saw
And
that like six
sloths have
nails.
sharp nails.
Sid the sloth.
Okay. All right. Possum for Shane. Andre.
I'd go alligator.
What?
I think I could take an alligator. If Steve
Okay.
Irwin can, I think I could. And Steve Irwin's not that big.
They
I
could
don't-
use a snuck up on it from behind and Macho Man elbows.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to go in front of him and be like, let's go. But I think if I snuck up behind him, I can jump on him. And then we'd
Okay.
have a good, like, a weight going and we'd roll around. And I'd hold his face, his mouth down because they're not that strong once you close the mouth.
Are you in water or out of water?
Oh, out of
Oh,
water.
good question.
That's a good question. Out of water. In water.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, no, out of water. And then, like, I would throw a doll with, like, Bob's face first.
Oh,
Then
jeez.
it would get me all, like, hyped to be like, how dare you beat up Bob? And then I'd take him out. So I would do that.
That's not where I thought that was going.
So you could subdue the alligator.
Why do you
Yes,
have a
seriously.
Bob doll?
And we all-
yeah. Good question.
Hey, that wasn't
Where do
the
I get
question
one?
that was
That's,
asked, okay?
that's next week's question.
That's next week's episode, which is actually titled "The Party is About to Begin." Or "Let the Party Start" or something.
Urgh.
For the Bob
Ew.
doll.
I'm not comfortable here anymore.
Okay. Okay, Bob.
This is not a safe space anymore for Bob.
You know what? Probably a goldfish out of water.
Oh my gosh!
We'll have a sharpshooter on it. Got it. It's over.
Like the ones you find at like Chinese restaurants.
No, those might be big. I'm talking about like a little bowl in a tiny bowl.
All right, Bob, you've lost all my respect.
I think I'm 50-50 on that matchup.
Why? Because he'd slip in the water or something?
Oh no, this fight's happening out of water, Andre. Not giving him the advantage. Slippery little sucker.
All right.
Goldfish, really?
Really,
You can
Bob?
have you can have your doll back.
Okay. Well, that was the game. I don't know. Any last thoughts on the episode? There wasn't too much that happened that was remarkable, I thought.
I'm excited for next week's episode. Like, it's called "Welcome to the Party." I feel that Survivor peaked really early this season, and then all the episodes have kind of gone downhill. Rating wise, it is that actually the last 3 episodes have been the lowest rating of the season so far. So I have a feeling that this episode is going to rate high and it's going to be a good episode.
Maybe it's because the Strong Alliance just keeps steamrolling over everybody.
People just don't like kindness.
Say he's not on the show anymore.
One thing I wanted to note, and Ant probably heard this in Chrissy's exit interview, is that she didn't even think of using her. It's called Shot in the Dark.
Yeah.
She didn't even think of using it. She was asked why she didn't use it, and it didn't even come to her mind. Like, seriously, Chrissy? I mean, you're taking huge swings and trying to sway everyone at Tribal Council where people usually don't change their minds, and you don't even think that there's going to be enough votes going your way that you should play your Shot in the Dark?
And yeah, she was there to win $1 million that she said.
It's almost like she's trying to get herself kicked out. I voted her.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I was surprised that David voted for her. Like, they left it off where David was pretty set on voting for Camilla, and then he didn't vote for her. Like, he ended up voting for Chrissy.
I'm curious, how far it went, like before they actually flipped it from Camilla to Chrissy. If Kyle had to break down crying. Fine, Kyle.
Or maybe
Unanimous vote like that.
maybe Chrissy did sway some people to change their votes, all for her instead of Camilla.
Yeah.
Did it show that, like, Did Chrissy know that it was her?
She had a feeling. I don't think she really knew though, but I think like there wasn't any part of the show where they showed that she was aware that she was on the bottom.
But who does she align with?
We don't know because the whole episode was about the other 4 people.
Yeah.
Well, like she ran her dumb mouth like for the past couple travels, and she doesn't expect a vote. Like,
My guess was that she probably tried to talk to Star and Mitch and Camilla and try to vote for like somebody on the other tribe, like some big meathead, which they didn't show. But that's my only guess is that why she thought maybe she had some kind of hope.
She mentioned she wanted Joe to get voted out.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that she wanted Joe though. Like out of all of them, I thought she would have wanted David out first. Like I thought firefighters are supposed to be, united. And-
No, it's because Joe and Eva is a pair, and she even said like any other season they would be targeted right away.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, but I feel like maybe she could have leaned in with that with him earlier on too, or when they talked, and maybe they could have built a connection because they're firefighters. And there was never any attempt that I recall of them her even trying to build that.
Yeah, you're totally right. Like, yeah, they're both firefighters. It's totally weird that we didn't see anything about
And
that.
that's a huge bond. Like that's, you risk your life all the time at work, and you have something that other people can't really connect with, right? So I feel like that would have been good to lean on, but I don't know if she ever did. Because I
Just
feel
like
like if she would have connected with him that way, she would have been brought in with Eva.
Yeah, I think she might have been part of the Strong Alliance if they connected more. But yeah, I guess they just didn't have enough time together, especially when the tribes were swapped. They weren't on the same tribe.
Yeah.
And when they were split, I don't think they were on the same tribe either.
Yeah, it's just weird that she's the one that got voted out, but like all episode they didn't really show her scrambling or trying to switch the votes or
Yeah.
anything. It's basically the other guys talking who they wanted to vote, and that was it.
You guys might be right. Maybe she didn't know she was on the chopping block.
Because you would think if it was either her or Camilla, why did she vote for Shohim? Right? Is that who she voted for? I
She
assume
did because
yeah.
Kyle, when it was just her and Kyle, Kyle suggested Shaheen.
Yeah, so it's weird, but she's gone now. It's, she might be brought back, might be an Easter edition, but I doubt it. It'll be good. So
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
Who do you guys want to win?
Oh, good question. Do you want to go first?
I'm gonna have to go with the Canadian Camilla. She's not looking good, but I do want her to win.
Okay.
I'd be okay with Mary or Joe winning. Or actually, Kyle too.
My answer is probably a little obvious. I'm hoping for Mitch.
Kyle. Oh, okay.
I like it.
I would like Kyle to win.
I'll go with Joe. I'd like to see someone, the knight in shining armor guy win. See if that would ever happen.
I would like to see Joe in the final, to see Chrissy's reaction of him in the final and being annoyed by him.
Yeah, him and all the other meatheads, all the strong guys
And her
there.
being like, I told you, I said it from the beginning.
Flex
How about Tone?
off.
I wouldn't mind if Joe won if like he kind of turned on David and took him out. But I also wanted Kyle and Camilla to go far into the game. So
I actually think that this is one of the seasons where I want like a lot of people to win. I wouldn't mind seeing Eva there, Joe.
So would a better question be, who do you want not to win?
David,
Star.
The only basketball player, Bob. Wow.
I would have to say
Why not one?
Star also.
Yeah, I'd also say Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
She's
that's
done
Bob's girl.
nothing.
Shoheen, maybe. I don't know.
So I think Star and Shohin at the bottom for sure.
Mary?
That's a good question.
I'd be okay with Mary winning.
Yeah,
I'm okay with
same.
her not winning.
Tell that too.
She's like David's hype man. David's like, hey, how about this first? Yeah. We should go. Oh, I definitely see that. Yeah, we should go after her. Yeah.
But she's played like think about where she was. Like she had Sai running around with her. She was literally
Same.
on her way out, and she's like, "I'm just gonna play it cool. I'm gonna go swimming," and that changed everything because she just went swimming instead of looking for an idol. And now
Well-
she's like there.
Oh, definitely.
She
No,
would have been
that-
the
that
first
was-
one voted out. She played her shot in the dark, and it
yeah.
hit.
That's true.
And so they voted out Stephanie.
Yeah, like she shouldn't be
Oh.
there, and I'm so surprised she's still there and
Let's
got
wait a
her an
sec.
alliance. And
Or did they vote out Stephanie, and then she would have been the second one out?
She
Anyway,
would've been
she
the
would have been
second
one of the first two out. Yeah.
good
I mean,
on her
if
being there.
if I just want to see someone in the strong alliance like go back, start the backstabbing, and take everyone out and show them that you can't win the game without being dirty. And I would want that person to win.
So Joe
Wait,
takes
the
out
one-
Eva. That would be
'cause-
awesome.
Ooh,
So you're
heel turn.
saying whoever backstabs first in the strong alliance, you want them to win.
Not just first, but if they were able to take out several people and make it to the end, yeah, I would think that person would be. I'd want that person to win.
So how
I-
would you vote? Sorry, go ahead.
I think Kyle taking out Shohim, like I don't even care about that. That wouldn't even be anything. I think unless David or Joe was involved, like it's still like meh for me.
Yeah. Whoever could take out David or Joe or Eva or
I think once David or Joe,
two
whoever
or
gets
three
them
of
out first, will be a big play in their book.
Or
Unless it's-
Kyle.
I thought I would have said that before last episode. I would have put Kyle in with the three top as a third top dog before this last episode.
Over
Yeah.
Eva?
Yeah, the three guys. I would have put Kyle, David, and Joe as the top.
like David and Joe are playing a very strong game, but David's like playing his game, showing his game, saying what he wants. Joe's like waiting
Playing
for
it
people
cool.
to come, playing it cool, being like, "Oh yeah, okay, sure, let's like the Godfather type," and then be like, "Let's take this person out." So, what if like no one backstabs anybody, Jay, and they say, "Are you guys unanimous vote for this? Let's do it," and then they just go vote that person out.
Well, that's where I would want Joe to win. If there's no backstabbing, then I'd like to see Joe winning. But I think Joe, Eva, and I think David's still the fourth one. Like out of Joe, Eva, Shoheen, and David, I think David's fourth because the other three were original Loggy, and I think they may have a tighter bond than David coming from Siva. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. See you in this next episode. We'll see if Bob votes and wins.
You guys can say goodbye to David next episode.
Ooh.
He'll probably win immunity.
Bob just called it. He's gonna owe me wings.
Okay, let's end it there, guys. Good session tonight. Always glad to have everyone here.
On time.
Especially Tone. Always great show when Tone's around.
That's right. When we're able to do this before he goes to sleep.
He's almost asleep. He's just Z right now.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
He's out.
So let's sign off. So if someone comes running up to you and they have a Bob doll, and they ask you, "What are you listening to?" You tell them, ST.
Where you get the doll from?
Good
Send
night,
your
everyone.
website.
and how do I get one?